Good day, everyone. Today I'm gonna tackle about biomes. I am your presenter. I am Jenny Liza Buldestaman. Okay? Biome is a large area characterized by vegetation, soil, climate, and wildlife. Biomes are diverse biological community where various plants and animal species share common characteristics for the environment that they are thriving in. They are formed in response to the shared physical climate and the world's different continents. While these local communities have distinctive characteristics, they can understand concerning few general groups with the same climate conditions, patterns of growth, and vegetation types. Desert and scrubland, savanna, prairie and steppe, tundra and taiga, woodland and rainforest. They are at the base of almost every food chain of every animal. The habitats that sustain all other life forms and ourselves. Collectively, they are known as biomes, the living landscapes of Earth. So here are some examples of biomes. Okay? First off, the tropical moist forest. It supports the world's one of the most complex and biologically rich biome. These rainforests have rich biodiversity, and nearly 40% to 75% of all species on Earth inhabit in this type of biome. Because imagine, in just one biome like this wet forest, there is already 4 layers of habitat. The emergent, the canopy, the understory, and the forest floor. And the next one is the tropical savannas and grasslands. So these are often intermixed biomes, typically dominated by grasses. So few trees survive in these regions, but most savannas do have some form of trees that scatter the landscape. Zebras, wildebeest, elephants, giraffes are some examples of animals that lives in this type of biome. The next one is deserts. The vegetation in deserts is remarkably diverse, although sparse. Most desert plants and animals are adapting to prolonged droughts and both extreme heat and cold. And for the next one, we have the temperate forests. It can be evergreen or deciduous. These occupy a wide range of precipitation conditions. And we can group these forests by the tree type. First one is the broadleaf deciduous. These are the trees that lose their leaves seasonally. And the other one is the evergreen coniferous. These are the cone-bearing trees. And next we have the boreal forest. Boreal forest, such as taiga, which is the snow forest, described as extreme and ragged edge where forest progressively gives way to open tundra. In this area, extreme cold and short summer limit the growth rate of trees. And the next one is the tundra. So it's a treeless landscape located in the mountain tops or high latitudes. And the growing season of this biome is only 2 or 3 months. Tundra has 2 types, the Arctic tundra and the alpine tundra. Arctic tundra is an extended biome that has a short growing season. It is essential for birds and as well as to global biodiversity. Alpine tundra has similar environmental and vegetation to Arctic tundra. Compared to other biomes, The tundra has relatively low diversity. The next examples of biome is the marine ecosystem. It is an aquatic environment with high levels of dissolved salt. So these include open ocean and coastal zones. Excuse me. Open oceans. It is compared to desert since both of them has low productivity. But also, it has areas of productive richness and productivity just like the desert. Open ocean, or should we say in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, that would be considered as the open ocean. So open ocean communities vary from surface to hadal zones. Coastal zones. So under coastal zones, we have coral reefs, mangroves, estuaries, and barrier islands. Coral reefs, known in marine ecosystem because of their exceptional biological productivity and their diverse, beautiful organisms, which is we call reefs. And the next is mangroves. Mangroves are trees that grow in salt water. They are significant nurseries for fish, shrimp, and other commercial species. Estuaries are bays where river water meets the sea. So there is a mixing of salt water and fresh water. And the last one is the barrier islands. Barrier islands are low, narrow, sandy islands that form parallel to the coastline. So they protect brackish, inshore lagoons, and salt marshes from storms, waves, and tickles. And for the last example of biomes, we have the freshwater ecosystem. So it is not as wide as marine ecosystem, but they are abundant in the center of biodiversity. So these include lakes and wetlands. Lakes. So lakes is a water deep enough to become stratified in summer that exhibit distinct layers based upon temperatures. So the upper layer is the ephelimnion. Wetlands. Wetlands are the shallow biological system where the land surface is saturated or lowered in the half part of the year. It has vegetation that is adjusted to develop under saturated conditions. Under wetlands, we have the swamps, marshes, bogs, and fens. Swamps are the wetlands with trees. Marshes are the wetlands without trees. Bogs are the areas of concentrated land, and usually the ground is comprised of deep layers of accumulated and decayed vegetation known as peat. Fens are similar to bogs except that they are mainly fed by groundwater. So it means that they have a mineral-rich water and exceptionally adapted plant series. Bogs are primarily fed by precipitation. So that was the examples of biomes. So you just have to remember that in a certain area, there can't be just one type of biome. There has to be two or more types of biome. So let me give you an example. So for example, in an island, specifically Samal Island. I know you know where is Samal Island is. So in Samal Island, there is a marine ecosystem, which is the ocean, and there is a mountainous part in that island. So that mountainous part and the ocean are two different types of biome. So there are two different species, plant and animal species, living in there. Okay? So biomes play a critical role in the understanding of ecology because they help scientists study not just a specific plant or animal, but also the role it plays in its community and the characteristics that it has developed to live in its environment. My presentation is already done. So that would be all for today. Thank you for listening and goodbye.